Peace, it's Equality Fragrances coming to you from Prince George's County, Maryland. Welcome to my cipher. A cipher is a person, place, a thing within my circumference. The understanding of my cipher is peace. For all those new to the channel and those who have been supporting me since day one, I humbly appreciate all your support. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you'll be notified when I drop some new videos. All of that goes a long way in helping the channel grow and it costs you nothing to do. With that being said, if you have any questions for me, don't forget to follow me on IG and send me a message. A link will be in the description. So come on in, sit down, and let's build. In today's video, we'll be heading back to my series called The Discovery. And the house we will be discovering is the house of Motif Olfactive. If you are not familiar with that house, that is an independent fragrance house started by YouTube reviewer Mr. Oz. If you aren't familiar with Mr. Oz's work, he is an extremely well knowledgeable fragrance reviewer and one who I consider an OG in the game. I will leave a link down to his page in the description as well. And one of the fragrances that I've talked about a lot, which belongs to him, is Vetiver Divert. Now, this is a vetiver lover's dream. If you love vetiver, if you love earthy, green, woody, bright scents, this is one you definitely need to sample and get your nose on. With that said, I have 7 more samples from the house that I need to see how the rest of the house is doing. Now, y'all know me. I put everything on skin. I do not waste my time or your time describing fragrances on paper. Why? Because skin and paper is different. Nothing is worse, because I've been gotten like that before, where a reviewer tells you something how it smells on paper, you run out and buy it, and it does nothing like that. The top notes don't hit the way it's supposed to hit. Why? Because fragrances aren't air fresheners. They aren't something to be smelled, put on paper, to be walked around smelling. They are made to go on skin and to bond with skin chemistry. That's my take on it. Everybody else can have their own take on it, but that's just how I see it. So with that being said, I only have 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna do 6 of them. I'm gonna be a walking test strip for you. That is the sacrifice I'm going to make to give you my take on these fragrances. So with that being said, let's start the show. First fragrance I will be talking about, or we'll be sampling together, is Vole D'encens. Now, let's see. I hope I pronounced that right. As you can see, these haven't been sprayed. I've had these samples for a while. I should have been reviewed them. So I expect this to be a resinous incense fragrance. That's what I expect. Let's see what I get. Oh, I can smell it in the air. Okay, so it's coming to me all the way up here, how I'm experiencing it. Oh, man. Okay, what you get here is, I'm getting a lot of sharp cedar wood. Like, if you don't like cedar wood, this may not be for you, but I'm getting a ton of like pencil shaving cedar wood. I'm getting something spicy. Maybe some sort of, something very peppery. It's something giving me this almost, like hot take, like it's a hot pepper. I'm getting woody nuances. I'm getting this lemony, this almost lemony kind of feel to the fragrance, but it's not overly juicy, but it is bright lemon, but it's woody, spicy, lemony. And maybe some frankincense. It could be frankincense because that also comes off extremely lemony. If you ever smell fresh frankincense, I'm getting a little bit of that. So I'm getting some cedar wood, possibly some frankincense, and some sort of pepper, like a hot, spicy pepper. It's not black pepper. Now, this isn't going to be for every. Now, let's talk about the quality of what I'm smelling. The quality is second to none. This smells very authentic. It doesn't have a synthetic take to it, but I also don't expect that being what I've experienced with Vetiver Divert. Is this for me? No. It's not my cup of tea, but I can respect the artistry within this fragrance. So who would this be for? And when would I wear this if I was to wear it? So this would fall, definitely a great fall scent. Going into winter, someone who loves a nice cedar wood, especially woody scent, something really, really dense, sharp, fresh wood. And the incense, it isn't overly smoky. It's like fresh frankincense. Has this slight ambery quality, so you get the lemon kind of almost zest, but really not lemon from the frankincense. You're getting a lot of woody nuances within the fragrance, and it's a little slightly ambery, like a soft amber tinge to it. We're gonna wait and see how this develops. Again, this really isn't one for me. I personally wouldn't spend my money on this because it's just not my type of fragrance that's gonna capture me. But if you are the type who love, again, spicy, woody, resinous fragrances, this might be for you. It's one to definitely at least sample. Let's go on to the next one. The next fragrance I'll be discussing is Nectar Boise. So let's see. I'm getting this fruit salad, like a lot of fruits. Some pear, maybe some peach, some orange. Feel like I'm getting maybe a little bit of banana or something. I'm getting like a lot of different fruits. Balsamic. Very woody, creamy woody. Sandalwood is probably a major player here. Yeah, definitely sandalwood, yeah. It's balsamic, it's a little ambery, so I would describe this as a fruity, woody, balsamic, ambery scent. Now, I love ambers, so I'm slightly biased. And it's not coming off powdery. It's very smooth and creamy, and I think the sandalwood just is the fruits in the sandalwood is a major player to me. The amber nature of it, extremely balsamic. It like layers the bottom of the fragrance. I like it. I like it. I'm right at that point where I like and love. I need to wear it some more to figure it out if it's bottle worthy. Let's go back to the first one. So the first one, I'm getting a lot of florals. That's the incense one. Some florals. It's lemony. It's incensey. It's a lot of cedar wood. A lot of cedar wood I'm picking up off the skin. It may be vanilla to like sweeten it up a little bit because it has a little sweetness to it, but it's not ambery to me. It's probably a little bit more vanillic. Not a bad scent. A good fall scent for this one. Man. Because it's so balsamic, a little sticky a little bit, I would say fall, winter, early spring. I don't really know if I would reach for that in the summer days at least. Maybe summer nights, depending on where you are in the world, you might be able to reach for this. But right now, I'm liking Nectar Boise better than the incense one. Okay, let's go to the next one. Next one I'll be discussing is Murmmure Chypre. Let's see what this hitting on. Very good put together. Okay. Very soapy, musky. It's probably a lot of musk in here. It's slightly animalic. It's a slight animalic nature to this fragrance. And I don't know if that's coming from a leather accord. Hold on. Okay. All right. disclaimer. Y'all know I don't really like jasmine as much, depending on how it's used. I could be picking up some jasmine in here, and that could be indolic, but I'm getting, it might not be though. I don't know, it could be like, I sometimes get this feeling with like a Papanax, it could be civet. I get this kind of like animalic nature to the fragrance, but I'm getting a cleanness to it. So what I'm picking up, if I was to describe this fragrance, is it's leathery, it's woody, animalic, floral, slightly powdery. So it's a leather, but it's very, man, this got me stumped. This isn't my style of fragrance. It's not my type of fragrance, but I can respect what this fragrance is doing. It has some class and elegance to this fragrance. Very classy. You can dress this up. You can wear this casually. Fall, winter, early spring. Hell, even maybe a summer night, depending on the temperature, maybe like a summer night. You can wear this all seasons. I believe this can be worn all season. Okay, it's developing a little bit more. This is an interesting one, right? So this is one I'm like, I don't really like it. But then as it's changing and developing, I'm like, oh, this is kind of beautiful. This is captivating. It's interesting to me because I can't figure out if I like it or if I love it. Or if I don't even like it at all. It's one of those kind of fragrances. Very interesting. Man, Mr. Oz this is good. So we're going to move on to the next one and we'll revisit all these when I'm done. The next and last one, and the reason why I'm going to make this my last one, because that'll have 4 on me, which will leave me 3 to do on part 2 of the video instead of like only 1 to do. So let's see. This is Mon Oasis. I've heard a lot about this on IG. People tend to like this one. Let's see what this hitting on. There's so many things going on in the air. These are really, really pushing and performing too. Okay. Extremely aromatic. So you get this bright floral citruses, lavender, like, and I mean a good dose of lavender, like lavender extreme kind of lavender. If you try Tom Ford's lavender extreme or Molinar's lavande, it's lavender. It is no mistaking it. It's bright, aromatic. Definitely probably some musk in here. It's a little clean, a little soapy, and it's woody. Like, man, it's not. I don't pick up on cedar wood as much, though it could be in here. Maybe some patchouli, maybe some vetiver, or some oak. It's vetiver or oak moss I might be picking up on. I feel like it's a little bit more mossy though. I feel like that's more of the dominant woody aspect I'm picking up on this. It's an interesting fragrance because I'm picking up on some white florals. And it could be jasmine. Listen, I'm biased. I'm sorry. Okay. This is a kind of fragrance that you really need to obviously not be a walking test strip and experience this in the air and just let it do what it do and come to you, because there's some beauty to this. This can be worn any season based on that bright aromatic nature, but it's really woody. So in the fall, even winter, or even early spring, it's really going to make it do what it do. So the lavender and the florals going to make it really good for the spring as well. And the woodiness for the autumn and winter. I can see this being worn more on maybe a summer night. I don't know. But that's just because summer days I prefer to wear something like heavy in citruses or like really light. But this can be worn all 4 seasons. This could definitely be worn all 4 seasons. Okay. Not a bad scent. Let me give it some time and come back and see how all of these developing and give you my final thoughts. Now that I allowed these to sit, I'm gonna give you my final thoughts on these fragrances. I'm gonna rank them from 1 to 4, and then I'll tell you overall what I think of them so far. So my number 1 that I liked the most was Nectar Boise. Again, I'm getting some sandalwood, I'm getting fruitiness, I'm getting balsamic, I'm getting ambery. And I like that, but this started turning a little powdery to me. And I don't really, although I have some, I don't care that much for powdery ambers. So, although I like it, it's really not a bottle-worthy fragrance for me. But that's my favorite out of the 4. The next one would be probably Murmmure Chypre. Now this one, you get that floral, leathery, it's a little powdery. It's a little powdery. Actually, it's a lot powdery. It's woody, powdery, leathery, floral. And again, I have biases because I don't really like jasmine, and I'm picking up on that. So that's, as this dries down even more, I may not really care for this as much, and that's just me being totally honest and transparent with my viewers. But it's not a bad fragrance. It's just not for me. The next one I like will probably be Vole Incense. And this one is, as it's drying down, it's still maintaining that lemon kind of feel to it. It's not overly zesty. It's just lemony. It's floral, and it's a lot of cedarwood, a lot of woodiness to it. That spicy, peppery kick dry down. And it's like this light, almost ambery, if not vanillic undertone with the fragrance. But it's not bad. Again, not really for me. And my last one is Mon Oasis. And this one, I mean, you have to like lavender. If you are not a fan of woody, extremely woody, lavender, slightly bright yet floral, and I believe jasmine's in this as well. So again, I don't really rock with jasmine as much. I just can't in perfumery. So, but it's my least favorite, but it's still made together. So what are my final thoughts so far on these fragrances? 1, let me talk to the different aspects of Fragcom. If you're the Sauvage guy, the person who wants compliments every time they leave the house, you want to walk past people and you want people to say, damn, he smells good. These fragrances are not necessarily going to be for you. These fragrances are for the people who like challenging fragrances that don't smell like anything else. These are rather hard to wear, if I'm gonna be totally honest. You just can't put this on and be like, I'm gonna run to the gala. You can wear what you want to wear, but it's just not that fragrance to grab for. You know what? I would describe these fragrances as, these are the type of fragrances for people who think Shalimar is a masterpiece. Some people will smell Shalimar, and I'm kind of in that category, and be like, oh, it smells like an old lady and some mildew carpet. It's animalic, it's vanillic, it's challenging. You can, but you know, you don't wear Shalimar in today's age and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get all the compliments. So it depends on what kind of mood you in. If you want something that you just want to smell and actually enjoy, Nectar Boise would probably be my favorite to do that. It's a little sweet, and it's ambery, fruity, little musky, a lot of sandalwood. I like that the most. If I was gonna buy any one, it'd be this. But the other three, they're like really Shalimar-esque, challenging fragrance. So if you're the type of person who, you know, you like your designer scents, it's not going to be for you. If you're the type of person who really hasn't dived into niche and expanded your palette, and I'm not saying that makes you better or worse than anybody else, but I'm just trying to make sure you understand where I'm coming from when I'm describing these fragrances. You won't really appreciate this. You won't. You'll be like, my God, this smells this and this smells that. I can't rock with none of these. It's just not a compliment getting composition in any of these, in my most humble opinion. Somebody may. Nectar Boise is good. Out of all of them, that would probably be the best one to wear in fall and definitely in winter. But the other three, they're going to be slightly challenging for most people in Fragcom and those not in Fragcom. But anyway, that's my take on the fragrances. I'm going to try to hit you with part 2 tomorrow, where we're going to dive into the other 3 fragrances of the house. I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to be transparent and as honest as I'm always am. With that being said, leave your comments down below if you tried any of these. I'm going to leave you the way I greeted you, and that's in the universal language of peace.